Commanders, G7 is today. It's 3:42 a.m. where I'm at, and I just saw the newest clip for G7 drop on YouTube. So we're going to go through it. We'll see back here. Go ahead and turn off the volume. Turn on closed caption. Let's see. So we know G7 is coming tomorrow. It's got a lot of party play. I'm just going to go through this really quick. So here's an interesting thing. So there is some sort of key that you have to get. Apparently here, this account is level 70. And at least from going from level 70 to 71, it looks like it's going to require Sigma. So that's good. Some good news. Let's see what else we see. Okay, let's pause it here. Welcome to 71. Open surges. That's where your alliance can go and participate in like mass hostile kills. The Veil is where I think you can go kind of like do mass PvP. And then of course, new ships. Let's keep going. 10 new ships. Wow. So let's see, that's 3 per alliance, so that'd be 9. So there's one more ship that's not alliance based. Oh, no, hold on. That would be 4 ships. You'd have common, uncommon. Oh, I'm sorry. Uncommon, rare, epic. So that'd be 9. And then presumably you'd have at least 1 miner per, so that would be 12 ships. But they're saying 10. Maybe they're only releasing 1 mining ship. Higher faction reputation tiers, front-loaded research. Sorry to clear my throat. So continue to power up your ships, gain experience on your crew. Being entrusted with longer missions, pulling you deeper into unexplored space. Let's see. So let's see. They got speed up, platinum, peace shield. Okay. Nothing changed so far. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Apparently that's the avocado. That's the vengeance ship. Word has it that there's going to be a way for everybody to be able to get a vengeance. So, and looks like there's a Borg cube. These are, I think, that one section where everybody can go. Surge. Oh, let's go back. Let's see. All right, let's see. Here we got. So here we go. There's a Socrates, the Stargazer, Enterprise M4414, IKS Borith, that looks like a Klingon ship. The IKS Avalloth, looks a lot like, okay. Then the Epic IKS Greythor. I'm not seeing a Romulan ship here so far. Maybe this green one over here. See, they're in standard ships. I mean, these 3 right here are definitely Federation. These are definitely Klingon. So that's 6. See if she goes further. Nope. Okay, multifaction systems, racing to epic blueprints. So it looks like you can get a lot of stuff in the margins. Veil, margins, new systems, of course, new missions, of course, surge activity, new faction reputation levels, of course, more grind, new ships, including Star Trek Fleet Command's very own Enterprise. Don't we already have that? Oh, probably. It's probably when they say their very own, meaning it's one that it's going to be theirs. It's one unique for them. Okay, so this looks like the Vengeance. Own Enterprise and more entry to G7 begins with the Vengeance. During Villains Part 2, you'll follow a 4-week cadence designed to move you toward it over time. Scoring emphasizes G6 and 7 materials. Okay. All right. Vin's blueprints and part of sourcing will broaden in the months to following. Okay, so that means they're going to let us get it. Competition. Okay, leaderboards fair at the moment. Progression opens. Heads up servers will be ascending at event reset today. And to preserve the challenge, Synergies is limited against level 71 and above PvE targets. Below, I don't know what that means. Function as they do. Ooh. There might be something already up on the website. I'll check. So 146 systems. Okay. 78 in the Shattered Cross Veil and 68 in the Margins, which behaves like normal expansion. Oh, what is this? Daily goals in the Veil will earn 10 Veil shards, which you can use to open a surge. Okay. Rally your alliance and work together to keep the surges at bay. Space and is limited to your server. Okay. Wait, did they just go over part 2? Or did we miss part 1? Yeah. Okay, here's part 1. Servers across the region can interact. Okay. Daily goals on the Veil Verge. Oops. It's not pausing. Okay, it can be found where subspace is at its thinnest. Click on the icon to travel between known space and the Veil. Bold to go, commanders. Okay. Core progression content lives here. Okay, so this is where you're going to spend your time leveling through G7, it looks like. So G7 mines, Veil specific dailies. Okay. No station housing in the Veil. Okay. That's interesting. No housing there. This is just story. Okay, so it looks like you're going to want to do this to, as she says, seriously advance. Able to access this shared region to seriously advance through the grade. Players will need to visit the Veil regularly, exploring and competing. Okay. With G7 players from other servers. Host core progression content, including FKR, hostels, mines, and the exclusive resources from the Veil related to daily goals. Okay. So Veil's going to be where we go. Well, I'm not, because I'm not 70. Okay, so they got a lot of plans for that. Let's see, let's look at anything crazy here. Checking to see if there's anything interesting. Top level 65. It's got 14.34 billion lat. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay, it looks like happens just like a travel to any other system. Ships can operate seamlessly between the Veil and the existing galaxy. Okay. search. This is for alliances. Introduce new ways available for G7 players designed for quick alliance participation. This is where G7 will have to initiate the event, but all of the alliance members can participate. You see here that there's level 40 hostiles here. It's kind of like a wave, but alliance-wide it looks like. And get as many people as you can. The lobies will die off at some point, and then of course the higher levels will have to be the ones to do it. It sounded, if I read correctly, it sounded like it's only 3 minutes. Kicking off a fast 3-minute event. Yep. Okay. Okay. Until the timer expires. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, you figure players and alliance members will start them throughout the day, and anybody who can join will join. Score as many points as you can, and then get in, get out, nobody gets hurt. It's not bad. Additional bonus. So really, actually, this is like an armada, because the player who initiates it gains the additional bonus points. So really this is more like an armada, and it's one that the player can initiate at any time, and it's just a smorgasbord of killing ships for 3 minutes. Not bad. The margins accessible. I think this is just G7 here. Contain the same players and alliances that you're used to. One spire. Ooh, that's a crazy looking dude. Kind of looks like Taffy. I'm not afraid of him. I want to eat him. The Aeonians, an original species, left their dying world centuries ago. So this is start STFC content here specifically. So we're not in the STFC, we're not in the Star Trek world canon. We're in the STFC canon right now. Okay, I'm just going to have to ask and beg the question: are these even going to be useful? I'm talking about the mines. We'll see. The Martians, or is that No, Martins. Okay. Sorry, it's like almost 4 o'clock for me right now. Aeonians represent the newcomers, particularly refugees. I mean, you know, the whole story of hating the other is just so overdone. Why don't we do one where it's like they love each other and embrace each other so much that they start spreading disease, or something like that? Some other ulterior thing that has to be fought against, rather than just the age-old of "you're different, I hate you." I guess it works. I see. Okay, yeah. See, so these the edge, what's it called? The edges. I don't remember. Anyway, it looks like these are going to be all G7 stuff. Margins. I called it the edges. I'm not sure that there's much of a difference there. This is just more story that you'll get during the mission. Okay, so you got to be got to express a little bit of compassion here. Ooh, reputation expansion. Let's see this. Okay, let's stop it here. I don't even know what that number is. Let's see. 100,000. 100 million, billion, trillion, okay? 6 new reputation levels. The Veil will now serve as frontiers for Federation Klingons and Romulans. With their hostiles appearing in select systems, provide new challenges. So we're still at 9 trillion, okay. We'll encounter multi-faction systems in both margins and the Veil. These systems can contain hostiles from 2 or even 3 factions at once. Okay, so let's see. Multi-faction systems are marked with multi-faction icons. And look up here, see if there's anything new and interesting. Don't see anything new on this interface. I'm assuming that these little doohickeys indicate multi-faction, or maybe this one is. I'm not really sure. Yeah, it looks like those are. So I'm not sure what these are, but whatever this is looks like what it's indicating as multi-faction. I wouldn't say it's clearly labeled based on this, but I think it'll be fine. Faction outcasts. Oh, and it wouldn't be complete without another sub-faction. Okay, the Forsaken, Federation, Outcast, build their own society. That's a Velox, by the way. The Order of Gone Modern. A Zotavish Splinter, Hunting Sense for Redemption. And I mean, I think you can tell from the colors which faction they're subordinate to. House Sofan, House Falling, valuing knowledge over strength, sent to the margins to prove their worth. Their stories share a common theme of outsiders. Okay. So again, Scopely, if I was ever to join the team, I think this is a really good opportunity to integrate the player with those in a very game mechanical way. Since they're outsiders and we're independents, I don't know. Maybe you guys already have that going. Like, first thing off my mind is like, you get faction there to put a base, and like no player could attack you. You don't like because you can't even get into the into that area without like the right faction. Could be one thing, or I don't know, something like that. A more regular drip of shields. I don't know, something like that. Be kind of cool. Oh, here we go. Stop on the ships. Okay, this is all mine. Okay, so 10 ships. That's okay. Let's think about this then. Maybe they're not talking about number of ships. Interceptor, battleship, explorer, survey. Maybe no. That'd be only 4. So this is a rare. Let's see. Don't know what it does yet. Only needs 150, so they're keeping that consistent in terms of the number. It's using. So check this out. It uses G7 mats, but Sigma materials, so that's good. 15 materials. It's a G7. No other info. The Fakar lineup. 3. Yeah, so there's only going to be 1 mining ship. Admonition. The admonition. Sorry. That looks like a Klingon ship, but it looks like a slug with wings. This one looks too much like all the other Klingon ships. The thing about the Romulan ships is they're very diverse from one another. Like the Scimitar doesn't look like any other Romulan ship. And the Velox doesn't look like... It looks very different from all the other Klingon ships. So, I don't know. See, I mean, this looks just like one of the Enterprise. Oh, it is an Enterprise. I didn't even look. That's the Epic. Research, okay. Let's see. Shields, isolated defense, damage, shred. Nothing new there. Expands combat research tree with 65 new nodes front-loaded to give players a significant power boost as they transition into. So they're basically saying this is to just give you some more firepower. Because we have superhighway, that's travel. Obviation, I don't know what that is. Split injector, don't know what that is. Formidable scepters usually are going to usually refer to either their critical strike or critical damage. And these two right there. Prepared with all your G6 power to enter the margins and the veil and hold your own. And the good thing is I don't see anything that these are specific to G7 except that you're going to need the materials. Station repair costs have been added for the G7. Whoa. Officer adjustments. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure that I like what I'm about to read here. Small set of long-standing officer synergies have either been improved or removed. Capped. Oh, okay. That's good. I like that. So yeah, these guys are going to look at that. Let's see if it. So that's 100,000, 100 million, 100 billion, trillion. Let's see what she says here. Set up. And our step up on G6 hostiles and will reward those who have taken the time to research and upgrade as much as possible before they enter the margins. As G7 unfolds, hostiles emphasize secondary stats like isolytic and apex, rewarding careful crew selection. So they basically are going to either have a lot of isolytic damage and defense and a lot of apex shred. So you need to have a lot of apex power. video is coming to an end. Hey Beck, where you been? I'd like to know, just 'cause maybe you can post somewhere and say where you been. Good to have you back. All right.